Fans, and welcome on in to another edition of Off the Record here on the Gem City Sports Podcast Network, presented by Rebich Investments. I'm Trevor Cabella. Here on this episode of the show, we sit down with Otters goaltender Noah Erliden, talk about the differences between playing in the OHL versus playing in Sweden, some of the cultural differences, and what he's liked so far about being an Erie Otter. Come along, let's have some fun. All right, we are here with Otters goaltender Noah Erliden. Of course, a great story, former pick in the import draft for the Otters and really lighting the world on fire for the Otters. Noah, first of all, thanks so much for taking some time, man. Great to have you on the show.
Thank you. It's fun to be here.
Absolutely. So let's jump right into it. Obviously, growing up in Sweden, talk to me a little bit about that. What was it like, and what's the hockey culture like over there?
Yeah, it's obviously it's a lot of different from here. I would say the first one that comes to my mind. It's a bigger rink over there. That makes it more different from here, and also like the culture overall. I would say the language and the culture overall.
Certainly, and you mentioned the rink size. How does that change as a goaltender? I know for me, back in my playing days, and boy, getting into my playing days just a minute into the show, that's a new record, certainly. But when we would play on an Olympic-sized rink, you're gassed after a shift that you normally would take. How does that kind of change from a goaltender's perspective?
I would say the biggest difference is that I get to face many more shots when it's smaller rink. It's a more grade A chances and more difficult type of shots I'm getting against me.
Because there's more space, more opportunity for the skater to create those opportunities.
Yeah, exactly.
So with you, I know one thing we've talked about a lot, and of course we'll get into your career more specifically in just a moment, but you like to face a lot of shots in a game. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, I feel like that's more easy to get in good mode, and when it's like not that many shots, you kind of get cold and it's hard to stay sharp. So I think it's more easy when I get to face many shots.
Certainly. So let's talk about your playing career a little bit. When did you decide, okay, I want to play hockey, and talk to me about growing up in Sweden and where that love for the game came in?
Yeah, I was probably 4 years old when my dad kind of got me into hockey. He took me to a lot of games in my hometown, which is the highest league. The name of the team is H371. So I went to a couple games and I just felt that it was my thing, and especially to be a goalie, that kind of hit me harder than to be a player. So I always wasn't allowed to watch the goalies play.
Yeah, so what was it like going to games there? Talk to me about the atmosphere and just kind of what a game day environment is like there.
Yeah, it's different. The supporter culture is different. You have one section that is only people standing up and cheering and screaming on the team, and you don't have it over here. And obviously, other than that, it's kind of same. It's always fun to go to watch games too.
Absolutely. So I'm a big soccer guy. So is it very kind of similar to soccer culture and just the way that the fans are over there?
I think it's really similar. Yeah. At least in Europe, yeah.
Yeah, because it feels like, you mentioned the supporter section of people standing up, like a European ultras group, essentially, for your club, for your team. I mean, that's got to be pretty sick to play in front of.
Yeah, I think it's better supporter culture over back home, but of course it's different. So yeah, I get that.
Yeah, certainly, and with that, I mean, does that that environment, that energy, do you enjoy that? Do you kind of relish that? Or is it kind of put a little bit of pressure on you, that European environment?
It's always loud in the arena, and I love that. I like to get hyped and get satisfying. So I think that's a good thing.
Certainly is. So you grow up, you play over there. Talk to me about the experience of playing at their junior level and of course, kind of rising through the ranks at HV71.
Yeah, the junior level over there, I think it's much higher level here in OHL and obviously the other CHL leagues. But it's still a good high level. But I mean, OHL is the best development league in the world, so you can't really compare those two.
Yeah, certainly. So obviously you had the opportunity to represent your country as well a bunch while you were playing over there. Talk to me about that honor and just what went into your success at some of those international tournaments.
Yeah, it was probably the most fun I had so far in my career. To play in the World Championship for the U18, that was probably the most fun I've had. And obviously, I had some success there with the team too, and it was a really big honor for me.
What is that like putting on your country's sweater? Obviously, such an iconic jersey over the years, and just how much pride do you take in that?
Yeah, it's a pride for me, and my whole family was there to cheering for me, and that was really cool experience.
Yeah, absolutely. I can imagine just having the chance to wear your country's jersey. Is there a goalie that you grew up in Sweden idolizing over your time?
Yeah, I watched a couple of goalies from back home. My biggest idol is Stefan Liv. It's
Okay.
called. He unfortunately passed away. So, but when I was growing up, I watched him a lot. Other than that, it's just Henrik Lundqvist, of course. It's like he's a legend.
Yeah, he's the big name. When you think of a Swedish goaltender, he's the one that definitely sticks out. And
For
of
sure.
course, for me, growing up as a Penguins fan, he always, they played each other all the time, and he would always come up with big saves. So, and he's doing a great job on TNT now, and he's in my world these days. So,
Yeah,
but yeah, him and those Ranger teams, man, they were really fun to watch. And
yeah, I agree.
I can imagine just growing up as a goaltender, that's the guy, right? Is that the guy that kind of all the young goaltenders around Sweden are like, I want to be Henrik Lundqvist?
For sure, there's no doubt about it.
Absolutely. So you make the decision to come over. When did you kind of figure, okay, I want to make that move to the OHL, make that move to whatever team picks me in the import draft? And when was that decision made for you?
It was from now. It was like 2 years ago. I would say like after my last season back home in the juniors, and me and my agent just felt that I need to come over here, play a lot of games was the biggest one, and obviously when Erie reached out to me, it was I liked Brownie and Griever, and I had a really good feeling about him, and it was no doubt to agree with that.
Absolutely. So you get that phone call. What is that like from your perspective, knowing that you were selected in the import draft by the Erie Otters?
Yeah, it was cool. It was really cool. It have always been a dream to come over to North America and play hockey. So me and my family was really happy when that comes.
Is that something that you grew up talking about? Is that something that a lot of players in your country think about? Okay, we want to play here and go up as high as we can here, but ultimately that dream is to come across to North America?
Yeah, for many players back home, it's the biggest goal to make the NHL, and obviously OHL is a good like path to get through to make that. So obviously it's a really good option.
So you get here to Erie, and obviously you work your way through camp, and that first game in Kitchener, a couple of big saves. What was that night like, making your OHL debut, and just the adjustment over that first season of getting used to the North American game?
Yeah, it was different for sure. I just think I played like 2 preseason games that year, so I was really hyped and a little bit nervous too before that game, but it ended up going pretty well. So, and we had a win, I guess. Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, it was just a really cool experience.
Not a bad rink to make your OHL debut in either, in Kitchener there.
No, even if ours is better, but Kitchener is still a good rink for sure.
Yeah, that's a great place to start things off for you. And obviously, you kind of work your way through first couple of months. You get that first shutout under your belt. What was that moment like? I believe it was November 2nd last year against Barrie would have been your first career shutout. I feel like that tracks. So right around the time of year we're recording this, what was that night like?
That was really cool. I think my parents was here at that time.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Make it even better.
Yeah, so that was really cool for sure. And yeah, the whole last year was really much up and downs, but of course the shoutouts was a really big highlight.
Yeah, and then you get another one in front of a sold-out crowd a week later, back-to-back home shutouts for you. Again, in that one, 40-plus saves, I think it was for you. So what are those type of nights like when you're facing that many shots? And obviously so early in your OHL career, just getting used to the style of play and what it brings at this level.
Yeah, that's the most fun games to play in. When you get a shootout, it's more fun, and like it's not the most important, but when it happens, it's an amazing feeling.
Are you thinking about it at all throughout the course of the game, or is it just like you just feel locked in? Like, is there anything when you have a night like that? Does it feel any different per se?
That's not never my like biggest like prioritization. It's my biggest prioritization in every game is to win that night, and if I can help the team as much as I can, I'm happy. And when the shootout is coming, it's just a bonus.
Yeah. Did you feel it like, okay, through 2 periods, you're in the second intermission, you're like, man, I'm on tonight? Or is it just kind of like it doesn't even come across your mind?
You can kind of feel when you have a good mode and when you are in that flow state that we used to call it. And yeah, when you have a really good night, you can absolutely feel it in your body. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, I know superstition wise is big for goaltenders, and especially on a night where you are as locked in as that. Does anybody talk about the shutout? Do you think about it? Is that like something that's brought up at all? Because I know I'm a big baseball guy with a pitcher. He's throwing a no-hitter through 6 innings. You do not talk about it. It's the last thing you talk about because you don't want to jinx it. So is that something that comes across your mind at all?
Like I said, I don't really care so much about shootouts. Like if the guys just wanna talk about it in the intermission, I don't care. Like I just want to stop every puck and take one puck at a time.
I love that. That's a great mentality to have because then right, there's no jinxes. We're just gonna play on, and whatever happens, and that certainly can be a good way to think about it for sure when it comes to that. So as you kind of work your way through the season, obviously a lot of games, 68 games, the OHL. You're playing 45 plus of those, right? So what was that adjustment like for you? Obviously, the schedule not as grueling per se, right, in Sweden.
Yeah, I know. Like after Christmas last year, I didn't think I was like practiced that much on the ice because we only played that many games. So the coach was just said me like do something in the gym, stretch a little bit, and be ready for the game. So I mean that is a big adjustment for me, and yeah, that's something you need if you want to make the NHL. Like it's something you need to kind of learn to handle.
Yeah, absolutely. Because that's 82. Now we're going to be 84 game season after the new CBA next year. So crazy though to as a goaltender, 50 plus games. Is there a number for you that I'd love to play 50 games in a season of the 68? Is there like a number that jumps out at you when it comes to that preparation, or you just I'm ready to go whenever my number's called?
Yeah, like I have always that mentality. I want to play every game, but obviously that's not the case because you can't play every game. But I want to play as much as as I can, but I still want to perform every game. So it's really important for me to get fresh in the games.
What was your experience like? Obviously in the playoffs last year, your first opportunity to play in the OHL playoffs, and how did that compare to some of the big games you've played in throughout your career so far?
That was really cool. That was the most fun last season. I think the Saginaw series
so much fun.
That was so much fun. We played really good hockey. Obviously, Shafe and Carey and a couple more guys wasn't there, but it was a lot of fun for sure.
That series was, and I say it all the time, probably the most fun I've had in my 4 years of being with this organization as an intern, as a full-time employee. I mean, just the amount of goals that were scored. Obviously, it's going to help you when the team's potting 9 a night.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we had a good battle. They had a couple good players in the team too, but obviously we shut them down a couple times. So
yeah, that was just such a fun series. Like everything about it, going in, kind of knowing what the expectations were, knowing the star power on the ice, and just to be able to kind of take it to the Memorial Cup champs. I mean, that had to feel pretty good for you guys as a group.
Yeah, well, of course. Hopefully this year.
Yeah, absolutely. So you move into year 2. Where is your mind at, knowing you've got a full year of experience under your belt? Now you're 18 games plus into this season. How does that kind of help your preparation, help kind of know where you are coming into this season that you've already played a year's worth of games in this league?
Yeah, last year helped me a lot. I'm much more prepared this year, and I know what to expect. And honestly, we are like 20 games in right now, and I felt pretty good in most games. So I just need to keep going and play good every game.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, does that knowing what to expect help you? Do you think like knowing, okay, I'm a year in, I've been a part of this league now, like I know what the 68 game grind is like. Does that really kind of help where you're at?
For sure. I know it's sometimes we have a 3-3, and back-to-back games, and from last year, I kind of know how to take care of my body and be ready for the next game.
Yeah, that's so important, especially these days with all the nutrition and everything that goes into it. And again, the preparation that goes into the game, and especially as a goaltender, I can imagine. What is the preparation like for you going into a game? What video do you watch? Is there certain players you're keeping an eye on, knowing their tendencies? Like, what is that preparation like for you on a game night?
Like, we always have like pre-game scouts for the other team, and we're our assistant coach make that job pretty well. And after that, I just kind of, take care of my body, make sure I'm fresh for next game, and the basic stuff all the time. So yeah.
100%. Again, that the world of the goaltender fascinates me because it's such a different mindset than a player out there on the ice has to have. And again, just for one, throwing yourself in front of pucks coming at you pretty high speeds. Talk to me about that and just what it's like stopping in a Michael Misa or one of those high end superstar players.
Yeah, for me, it's like I don't care so much what player we play against. I just want to play my game, and obviously you kind of know what players it's on the other side. But I mean, I love it. I've always loved it, so I just do my thing.
And we mentioned the superstars. Obviously, you get to work with a guy like Matthew Schaefer in practice day in, day out, and Malcolm Spence in the past, or Kerry Torrance, and even looking at this year's team, Gabriel Frasca, Dylan Edwards, some of these guys that are really high-end goal scorers. Michael Deck comes over for the Erie Otters. What's it like in practice trying to stop those guys' shots?
Yeah, if you talk about Schaefer, he was probably the best player I've played against in practice. He kind of scored on every goal. That was really hard.
It feel good when you stop him, though?
I feel good when I stop him for sure, and you see what he's doing now in the show is kind of crazy. So, I mean, yeah, we miss him a lot here.
Yeah, certainly. And again, just trying to make those saves. What's the friendly competition like in practice between you and your teammates, and when you maybe shut them down if you're doing that shootout drill at the end of the skate?
Yeah, I always get mad when I get scored on. So
even in practice?
Even in practice. So I think it's really good battle on our practice, and I don't think my players likes me so much on the practice because I kind of chase them when they score on me. So yeah, that's kind of funny.
So obviously you kind of have to come into practice too with that game mentality, right? And try to replicate a game situation about as much as you can when it comes to that as well, right? So the intensity level, and how do you keep that intensity level? Is it the friendly competition that kind of pushes you through when it comes to that?
I'm a competitor, so I always compete. Like, I want to stop every puck, and that's kind of my mentality. So every puck is so important to stop for me.
Absolutely, whether that be in Game 7 of the playoffs or the first practice of the year in September, right? You just want to keep it out of the net.
Yeah.
100%. So early on this season, obviously some big memories. The one that jumps out, 54 save day in Ottawa. I think it was 97 combined saves for you on that weekend. Talk to me about just, again, kind of the chaos of that and a night where you're stopping 50-plus pucks.
Yeah, that was a crazy weekend. Obviously, the Ottawa game was crazy. I was really, really tired after that game. So, but again, it was fun to play. I do my job, try to stop every puck.
Yeah, that game was a wild one. The fact that I don't normally get pressed over 3 stars, like 3 stars are what they are. The fact that you did not get a star honor in that game was absurd to me. And I know I imagine you guys, it's not something you think of, but man, like I was upstairs and I looked through the 3 stars and saw that their goaltender Fedorov, he had 16 saves, I think it was that day. You had 54, and I'm like, how does the guy with 16 get a star over the guy with 54? Unreal.
Yeah, I didn't. I never watched that. So
yeah.
So
although you've got to be probably the team leader for star honors at the Erie Insurance Arena. It feels like every home game you're coming out with the star, throwing around or talking to Jared on the ice.
Yeah, it's been a lot. fun.
What have you liked about playing at the Erie Insurance Arena and being at home? I know obviously a lot's made of the fans and the environment there. What has set that apart for you so far?
Yeah, like I mentioned before, we have the best fans in the league. I love to play in the EIA. How do you say?
AIA, there you go.
Erie Insurance Arena, and yeah, that's my highlight of the week to play in there.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, at the time this airs, big home weekend as well. So we hope you'll join us for that. And always great to be at home. It feels like we've been on the road so much. No, I mean, it's going to be nice to have some games at home here.
Yeah, it's so nice. Like, I'm tired of living on a bus.
Yeah,
I'm happy to be home.
What was the travel like in Sweden playing at that level? Very similar to this?
The travels was a little bit shorter. We have one really long, and that's like 18 hours. But then we play like 3-4 games at the same time. I mean, at the same week. So, but here we have like, I think it's one that is 13 hours.
Yeah, the Sioux.
Yeah. So other than that, it's shorter. But I mean, yeah, it's fine.
So, yeah, it's interesting, too, because geographically, right, the OHL, you're going around a giant lake, where in Sweden, you just kind of have, like, the one little, like, strip of land, per se, and that's where you're going. So, geographically, yeah, it just makes sense that it would be a little shorter.
Yeah.
So, again, what is, that grind like of living on the bus, being on the road, and for you adjusting to different sight lines at different rinks?
Yeah, of course. I don't like to be on a bus so much. That's not my favorite thing to do. Try to listen to some music and talk to the guys, and then it makes it a little bit shorter. But I think it was in Pete's. It was like kind of different boards.
Yeah,
that was a little bit different, but I think it's the only rink that have that type of boards, right?
Ottawa's pretty similar too. It's kind of like a square.
Okay, yeah, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, Peterborough's a strange one, and that's one thing I love about this league is every rink has its own like quirks about it. There's something about each one that sets them all apart. So that makes going different places. Like we're going to Sudbury next week. I mean that place is old school as it gets. So I mean that is pretty cool to see. So. But for you, talk to me about the sight lines. I know you and I were talking off air about Brampton and how that rink is kind of tough for a goaltender. It's a little dark in there, and obviously you have the one end with nothing there. How do the sight lines affect your game? Does brighter, like what makes a rink more comfortable for a goaltender to play in?
That's a good question. Like I haven't think about that, but I think it's I like when it's a lot of crowd, when it's loud in there. I feel like in Brampton it's never so much fans, so that makes me guess I don't get that hyped. So I think that's the biggest issue for me.
So for you to play well, you got to get fired up, and a lot of that the crowd plays into.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
So you're in the perfect spot for that then, playing in Erie.
I know that's the best spot.
Yeah, that's awesome. And again, I don't know of too many goalies because I know one of my buddies, he was a goalie, and like he would always talk about sight lines, like see like how he would see shots rink to rink, and obviously we're not playing in arenas or playing in community rinks, so maybe that just played more of a factor at that level. But yeah, when it comes to the fans, I could certainly understand where that would be, something that gets you going. And for most goalies, I don't know, is that something that a lot of goalies are like, okay, like the energy, the vibe needs to be right for me to lock in, or is that a very Noah Erliden? Have you played with anybody that?
I think it's different for everybody.
Yeah.
Some of the goalies I know also get nervous when it's a lot of fans. I feel the opposite way. I like get more hyped, and that's my kind of way to prepare for the game. So I mean, it's different for everyone.
Absolutely, and for you, obviously, a little bit of a unique vibe for you before a game. Also, I know a lot of goaltenders, they want to be left alone. For you, you're pretty loose, pretty open. Talk to me about your game day routine.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not that stitchy for myself. I need to be loose and relax before a game. That's my thing. And listen to some music, always good. Other than that, I don't have really much routines, which is could be bad, it could be good. I don't know. It works for me, so I'll keep doing that way.
Hey, the numbers look good enough, so whatever you're doing, keep doing it. But obviously for you, I mean, what music? What do you vibe into on a game night?
Also depends on the day.
Okay.
Sometimes I want to have like I mean like house music.
Okay.
Other day I want rap. Some day I want calm music. It depends on the day too. It's always different.
Always different. Hey, do you like, if you have a good game, do you stick with the same playlist the next game, or do you just whatever you're feeling that day?
Whatever I'm feeling. Yeah.
Just always change it up. No, not many superstitions for you then.
No, I don't like that. I think it's get to your head, so I don't like that at all.
That is like, I love that, because again, goalies get that reputation of like always superstitious, always want to be left alone. You're the complete opposite, and like it's awesome. Like I love that, and I think that it really brings a lot to a locker room as well, and kind of keeps the vibe up in the locker room. And that's not to say that those that are superstitious as a goaltender, right? Like that's not a bad thing, and that works for them. But and it's
exactly.
about what works for you.
It's different for everybody. It works for me, so yeah.
Who is the most superstitious guy, would you say, in the locker room?
In our team?
Yeah.
Oh,
obviously last year Pano, right? It would have been.
Pano was a little bit stishy. I don't miss that part about him, but I miss him as a person. But for now, I would say Burnsy maybe.
Burnsy.
You can't really talk with him on a
He's
game
pretty
days.
quiet on a game day, right?
Yeah.
He's always locked in, headphones on, and he's doing the lacrosse balls off the wall there.
And I respect that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's and again, it shows that though different players, different mentalities, different things that get them ready to go out and perform at their best, and that's again something that's great about this level. What is the goaltending room like? What's your relationship like with Charlie and with you guys?
I like Charlie. He's a really good guy. He pushed me a lot, and I push him. Especially in some harder times, we push each other really much and try to make sure we have a good connection all the time. So yeah.
What's the relationship been like as well with Ryan Zapolsky? Obviously, a guy who's played in the Olympics. That's pretty good guy to learn from.
I respect him a lot. I try to get things from him that he can help me in my game, and obviously, like you said, he had a really good career behind him. So I respect him a lot, like him as a person, and yeah, I like Ryan really much.
Yeah, absolutely. And what are those practices like? What are kind of walk me through some of the stuff that he's having you guys work through on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, it's a lot of skating stuff. He likes to do skating before he shoots on us, and also some glove try to get the gloves going a little bit. So I like his practice a lot, kind of calm and easy for us goalies.
Are you a big goalie gear guy? Like I remember, for me growing up playing NHL, like the fun part of designing goalie pads. Like are you a big goalie gear guy, or just give it to me and let's rock and roll?
I want the gear to be good on me, feels good on me. I don't care so much what they look like, but I'm really happy what I have right now.
Yeah, not as much about the looks, more just about the feel.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and hey, that's sometimes what you need, right? That's obviously very important. And your mask, obviously, new mask. What went into the design process of that? Is that where you can have a little more creative freedom and want to express a little more?
To be honest with you, I left our guy Mitchy Brown.
Mitch Brown, you said you design it.
Yeah, the only thing I wanted to have is on the back side. I have my old equipment manager who passed away, and I wanna make sure I have him on my mask for sure.
That's awesome. And Mitch, man, he's the man.
Yeah, Mitch is the man.
Nobody better than Mitch Brown if he's watching.
Yeah.
We love you. You make life so easy for everybody on the road. And I guess one heck of a graphic designer who's designing logos last year, essentially designed the one that is on your shirt right there.
Okay.
And also designing goalie. Did he design Burnsies as well, or was that Charlie?
I don't think so. It was Charlie.
That was Charlie. So Charlie designed his. You just said, Mitch, all I need is this on there, and you just do the rest.
Yeah.
And that's what he came up with?
Yeah.
You were happy with it?
I'm happy, yeah.
There you go. Looks good.
Yeah.
Feel good. So that is awesome. I actually did not know that Mitch designed the mask. I thought that was something that was left up to the goalie themselves. But I love that. Hey, one less thing to have to worry about, right? You just, you do it, and I'll wear it, and we're good to go.
Yeah, that's it.
Absolutely. So let's step away from the rink a little bit. What do you like to do on your off time? What do you like to do away from the rink? And maybe what were some of the things you enjoyed doing back home?
I'm just like to chill outside the rink, take it easy, rest my mind, rest my body. Other than that, like hanging out with my friends. I play some golf, but I don't know if that's my thing to do. But I tried a little bit. It's okay. Like to fish. Being in the nature a lot makes me really happy and calm, and yeah, that's my things to do. Yeah,
Big things to do. Big outdoor guy. Like to be outside. That's always good, especially in the summer. Maybe not so much in the winters here in Erie, Pennsylvania. How does that compare? Right? Like, what's the, can you be outside a little more? Obviously, Sweden's so far up north. Probably gets pretty cold there in the winters, eh?
Yeah, it's cold. Even if it's really cold here too. Actually, in the winters. Last year we had a lot of snow. But I feel like it's the same weather almost. Yeah.
So does that help you kind of knowing it's somewhat similar here? Obviously, I know there's so many differences between Northwest Pennsylvania and Sweden, but what are some of the similarities and differences?
I would say the similarities is that we have a big lake here in Erie. We also had it in my hometown, Jönköping. That makes the town more beautiful to me.
100%.
But other than that, we have a lot of forest back home in Sweden. I feel like we have a little bit here too, and some mountains. It's a lot of mountains actually in Sweden. We have it kind of here too, so it's a lot of similarities.
Absolutely. So, with being in Erie, what have you enjoyed about it? What have you liked about the city itself?
I like Erie, especially like where I live. It's a pretty nice area, Mill Creek. I like it a lot. Good neighborhood. Obviously, around the rink, it's okay. Like it's not too bad, but our rink is really good, which I appreciate it a lot.
Yeah, always good to have. And again, great rink here, the Erie Insurance Arena. And has there been a favorite spot, restaurant, place anywhere around Erie that you've enjoyed that stuck out to you?
I always said to my teammates I want to go to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh, really?
Because I found out that that's my favorite spot in here because I like the wings, I like the burgers. Yeah, it's a good place.
Can you get chicken wings in Sweden? Or is that a pretty American
It's
food, or
a
is it?
really, it's a real American food.
Really? Okay. That's the Tim and I were actually at Duff's in Buffalo on our way back from our last road trip. If you ever have a chance in Buffalo, for one, the best wings you'll ever find. Like Buffalo Wild Wings is fine, right? But like if you want really good wings, Buffalo, New York, that's where they're from.
Yeah.
That's where they started.
Okay.
So,
Take that with me.
yeah, there's so many good spots for wings in Buffalo, and but that is an unreal. No, not a local place, just B-dubs, straight B-dubs.
Yeah, I would say so, but I haven't tried so much. But I would like to try some more places too.
Some more local spots and around here, obviously, a lot of fun. Have you had a chance to go out to Presque Isle and enjoy kind of the nature out there?
Yeah, that's a beautiful place. I went there with my family 2-3 weeks ago. It was a really good place to be, especially when you have your family here. I like the Lake Erie. Like I said, it's beautiful.
Have you had a chance to kind of get out on the lake at all, like on a boat or anything, or no? I guess
I want to though.
Yeah, it's a little tough, right? Because you guys are here at such an awkward time of the year where things about to start freezing over, and you can probably rip around out on skates versus going out on a boat. Coming up soon here with the winters we get, but yeah. It's a really cool spot to be in. Again, obviously, you probably won't have the chance to be here over the summer, but Erie summers are pretty legit. They're pretty sick. So.
I might come here in summer too.
There you go. I come right back and enjoy here in the summer. Obviously, for you, as we kind of take things back to the ice, overage season for you. What does that mean? And that opportunity for you to kind of push yourself and kind of see where you go from here.
Yeah, it was a big. How do you say? We was thinking about it a lot if I will come back here, and both me and my agents felt that was the best option I had. And like you said, I get to play really much, and I really like the organization in Erie. It's probably the best spot I've been here in my whole career so far. and I want to try to be as good as I can, and we will see what the future leads me.
Absolutely, and obviously with the NCAA rule, and that's changed a lot around the OHL, a lot around junior hockey specifically. How has that affected you? Has that opened up another path for you potentially to play NCAA hockey?
Yeah, I was happy when the rule came. Actually, it was a big rule, and it all depends. Like, we will see how the end of the season goes here, but obviously that's a really good option. But we will see what happens. It's a really good pass out there.
Always really important too, not just to play, but to also go to school while playing. That's got to be a huge benefit as well in getting a great education and being able to kind of grow your portfolio.
Yeah, I heard it's really good path to go. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Have you known some guys that have gone that path at all yet, or?
Yeah, Sam Alfano.
Yes,
and,
doing
Spencer.
Great at Arizona State.
Yeah, we miss him a lot.
Not a bad place to go to play hockey, though. If you ever been out to Arizona,
it's good weather, no?
Great weather. Yeah. Oh, well, unless you're there from like May to August, probably May even to September, it's miserably hot. Miserably hot. But campus at ASU, beautiful. Their rink is sick and like good place to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
sure.
But yeah, a couple of guys going, obviously doing great things at that level. And does that kind of excite you for, again, what opportunity that could potentially bring you?
Yeah, like I said, it's a good option. I don't know at this point what I'm gonna do next year, but we will see. I think I want to be as good as I can the rest of this season.
For you as a European player, are you kind of close with some of the other Swedish guys around the league? Do you all kind of know each other growing up, as if like all the Toronto guys all stick together? Is that kind of how it is for you guys?
Yeah, it's always a big thing here. I know every guy that play, a Swedish guy that play in this league. This year we have Philip Ekberg.
We'll see him on Friday.
I meet him on Friday. He's a good guy. I know him pretty well as a person too. Good player. I hope we will shut him down.
Yes. Friday. Absolutely. Is there any other guys that stick out to you that?
I kind of know the London guy, Linus. I don't know him personally, but I know what player he is, and we played against him a couple times. He's a good player.
Yeah, 100%. Is there a player in this league that making a save on feels that little bit more?
I must say Philip.
Just because you know him so well?
Yeah, it's always fun to like chirp him when I get make a save on him, and he chirps me when he scores. So, yeah. Absolutely. We win against him on Friday.
Absolutely. That would be the plan. And again, if you're watching this on the Gem City Sports Podcast Network, Friday, Otters and 67s. And obviously, Noah played very well against 67s his first time out back in early October. Is there a favorite visiting rink for you to go? Obviously, we love the EIA, but is there a spot around the league that you really enjoy visiting?
That's a good question. The first one that came to my mind is London.
So big,
so good atmosphere in there. Always good games when we play against them. Like Kitchener too. I think that's it. Oshawa have a pretty good.
Yeah,
rink
that's
too.
a good rink.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, those are three pretty good choices. Three pretty high-profile choices as well. And you mentioned the environment. Kitchener, great environment, especially in the playoffs the previous year. Obviously, it was the year before you came over, but man, that was a great series for one. Went 6 games. Otters unfortunately fell in 6, but I had called Game 5 there. I filled in when I was still an intern, and man, was that place electric. It was a Friday night. It was packed. We had a little Otters contingent right by the broadcast booth, all the players' families. So when Erie scored, it was like a home game, at least around where the booth is. So that was pretty cool. Good memory for me of the Odd, my first time there. So, but yeah, that's always a good one. And obviously, that's where you made your debut, so that's got to feel a little more special for you as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's always a lot of fun, and that part. Again, it can be grueling, but it's a big part of the job and a part of going around and stealing a win. Does it feel a little special when you go into a building like London and steal the win away?
Yeah, that's to win against London is probably the best feeling. Our fans don't like their fans, and their fans. I don't think they like our fans. So it's so fun to play in there, and especially when you win.
Yeah, what have you liked about that rivalry, especially the games at home against London?
So it's so much atmosphere, adrenaline, everything. It's amazing. I love it.
How does the atmosphere? I know we've talked about this a little bit. Is it back home? Was it louder? Like more people, less people at the games? Like what is that like?
You mean in juniors or in?
Yeah, or in pro. I mean,
In pro, it's probably louder in
Yeah.
Sweden.
what league level would pro hockey in Sweden compare to here?
So the highest league in Sweden is SHL.
Yep.
And here I would say it's AHL.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, that's kind of the same type of level. And in SHL is really good high level.
Oh yeah.
Obviously good supportive culture too. So yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, and obviously here, how does that kind of compare atmosphere-wise to what we get at the EIA on a sold-out night, for example?
Like I mentioned before, it's different because you don't have that like that section where everybody is screaming and but it's good in both way.
100%.
Yeah.
Different but great in both ways.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
100%. Well, for you, obviously, an important year for you. What are some of the goals and aspirations for yourself as you kind of move throughout this overage season, your final year in the OHL, and just try to grow as a player and as a person?
Yeah, I think that's the biggest. What you mentioned now, it's just to be better every day, be a better person, be a better goalie, and from that I will like kind of see what that leads me.
Absolutely, and again, the path is so open for you right now. Does that excite you, kind of knowing that the unknown is essentially out there for you, or is that it kind of a wow, like kind of down to earth kind of moment?
Yeah, it's like I always know like that everything gonna works out in any way. So I'm not worried about that. So I just try to live day by day and try to be better all the time.
Yeah, 100%. That's a great mentality to have. And for this team, obviously, you're a big part of it. And where so goes Noah, so goes the team sometimes, it feels like. Where can this team go, and what is the key to where this team can go?
It's also a good question. Obviously, we haven't started too well. We haven't scored so many goals. We haven't won that many games that we want to win. But you can't give up. Like from now, it's a lot of hockey left. So if we can stick to our game, have that confidence, and score some goals, and obviously if I can be as good as I can when I'm at the best, we can go really far. Of course.
Absolutely. That's always exciting to think about, and obviously exciting again with your personal future and where you could be in a few months' time. Obviously very exciting, and just kind of knowing that you put your best foot forward here for what opportunities could open up down the line.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, Noah, thanks so much for taking some time. It's been a lot of fun, my friend.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thanks so much to Noah Erliden. Reminder, you can find us anywhere you get your podcasts. Just search OTT The Record. Of course, we're live every Thursday on the Gem City Sports Podcast Network, presented by Rebich Investments. That'll do it for another edition of On The Record. For our guest, Noah Erliden, my name is Trevor Cabea. We'll see you again on another edition of On The Record.